Alright, back out in the garage, 1966 U302 project. It's freaking cold. Got a north wind blowing, and my garage doors on north end of the garage, which means all the cold air is blowing straight in them dudes. My little heater has been running for, I don't know, 3-4. It's been working its tail off. It shut off twice on me. I'm not quite sure why. Could be because fuel filters, I don't know. Anyway, it's been working hard and still not keeping up. And I hung up some dividers, some tarp dividers to try and keep the heat on. I think that's a waste of my time because it's still freaking cold out here. Anyway, here's where I'm at. Yeah, I said I wondered what was underneath the oil stains. Man, it is oily all over. But I spent tonight working on sheet metal. I've got basically all the metal off the sides of the tractor. I had this really wild thought earlier today at work that maybe I should, before I tore the engine apart, maybe I should get all the sheet metal off of it. Fire it up, roll at least the engine part of it out in the garage and fire up the pressure washer and knock all the oil and grease and dirt and stuff off before I tearing the engine apart, so I'm not quite so dirty while I'm working on it and less risk. So that's kind of my plan. So I got all the metals all hanging out here back here on side panels and hood and stuff. So I'll have to find a good place to put all that when I go to take it out. And the Christmas decorations that were sitting here are now gone. Yeah, that's gonna be a short video because it's freaking cold. I don't know. I gotta look at weather and see what the weather report is. But I want to, if we get a day of, above freezing temperature, I'll probably fire it up, pull it out, mostly out in the driveway and blast off the oil. On this side's not quite so bad, but let's set over here, and then I don't know if you can see anything or not, but up in there's kind of nasty, and it just make the whole job better if I can get all that blowed off before I tear it apart. Yeah, and I think some of my oil issues, you can see that wet spot down there, that was over here on this side, underneath the oil pressure adjustment screw on the oil pump. So I'm thinking that's probably part of our oil loss, because it's only been there a couple, 2 days maybe, not long at all, and that's a pretty good sized little spot. So plan is, I might even, well, I can't really do that. Probably should do that. Not sure. This is kind of in the way of cleaning up this, and I want to get as much of this cleaned up as I can before I tear the motor apart. So we might take the air cleaner off and then just get a big piece of hose to stick up there or I'll put a cap over or something while we're pressure washing. But I want to wash the tractor off real good. It kind of looks like with some of these lines here, Dad did some pressure washing, and it could be that he knocked some of the paint off. I don't know. Could just be this way flaked off. Whatever. Don't know what it is, but anyway, we're gonna get as much of the oil and grease and off as we can, and then we'll back it back in here and put all the crap back in the way, and then we'll work on tearing it down. So that's our update for tonight. All the sheet metal, for the most part, all the sheet metal that's in the way that needs to go away is out of the way. I took these panels off because I wanted to get in here to the wiring because the lights don't work. I don't know if it's a switch problem. I really don't know. Well, look at that. There's wires that aren't they're like broke off. So, well, they're all broke off. Freaking lights might just be. Anyway, I want to get. I want to go through that and figure out the wiring on the lights, get the lights working. Just because yeah. So mechanically, clean it up, tear it apart, electrically, go through the wiring there, and then cosmetically buff out all the yellow paint as much as we can. Maybe some of the brown. Engine might get a fresh coat of brown. We'll have to see. Have to see what it looks like when we get all the oil off of it and get it all cleaned up and through the machine shop, whatever. So anyway, that's where we're at. 1966 U302. They're here in the garage. Really cold. 19th of January, I think, and it's like, I don't know what temperatures, but it's cold out here. Like I say, the heater when it ran, I got home about 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's about 8 o'clock now, so like 3 hours, whatever, of that thing running, and it is not comfortable to work. So I'm gonna fire it back up. Oh boy, I'm gonna fire it back up just to take the chill off a little bit, so I can. A few more things I need to do tonight yet. Really want to figure out a better way to insulate my half of the garage, because I've actually above the tractor, both those sections above, both those bays above the tractor are pretty solid decking, but there's no insulation, so I'm got a big ladder here that needs to go away. If I get that out of the way, get all these fishing pole stuff out of the way, and lights and stuff down, maybe put some insulation up in there, and then some kind of a more semi-permanent wall. I can't do a permanent. I think it's got to be something that, anyway, I get a better way to hold the heat in on my side, or bigger heater. I don't know. I gotta do something, because it's gonna stay cold like this. I'm not gonna get any work done out here because it's just too freaking cold. Not so much for my own comfort, but just for the whole logistics of tightening bolts and loosening bolts, and it's just too freaking cold. So anyway, 1966 302 Super. I'll be back.